Deputy Speaker, the Sunshine Coast is one of the fastest growing regions in Australia. And for good reason. We are a lifestyle capital. Our natural environment is second to none. We have a very tight-knit community and we are the most entrepreneurial region across the country. And so we are experiencing net migration like no other place in the country. And one of the growing pains for the Sunshine Coast for some time now has been a lack of transport infrastructure. And so the objective has been to put the building of infrastructure ahead of the population curve. Now, there are three big priorities here. 1, Bruce Highway, 2, North Coast Rail Line and 3, Sunshine Motorway. On the Bruce Highway and the Sunshine Motorway, those roads present challenges to safety, and then when you add on the rail, there are serious issues with time travel, especially with congestion. On the Bruce Highway and the North Coast Rail Line, the former coalition government were able to secure over $4 billion to upgrade those networks. Over $4 billion. Never before has the Sunshine Coast seen so much federal government funding for infrastructure than under the previous coalition government. On the Sunshine Motorway, although it is a 100% responsibility of the Queensland government, the former coalition government announced $160 million towards that $320 million project, a project around the Mooloolah River interchange, the southern end of the Sunshine Motorway, which is the real pain point for people, especially locally, morning and afternoon traffic. It is effectively a car park. Now, we put that $160 million on the table to force the head of the state. Eventually, it worked. Planning was done and construction ready. In fact, we had hundreds of houses moved. We had residents relocated. And then what happened? After Labor candidates in the last federal election promised they would honour it, after the Albanese government in office promised they would honour it, this Labor government has subsequently scrapped that $160 million for that project, effectively ripping it out. Those residents that had moved houses amidst a housing crisis no less are now faced with the prospect of looking at their old homes with no such road being built. Our communities are at a standstill. This is going to be dangerous for our residents, and this government, including people in this chamber, laugh. That's how Labor feels about the Sunshine Coast.